Andrew Dunlap is here once again to give you the biggest names in Muskie sports. This week we talk to Gregg Thompson, head coach of the men's baseball team, as he talks about what the team needs to do in order to hang in there in the long season. Hello all, and thank you for joining us for once again. I'm Andrew Dunlap, along with the head coach of the men's baseball team, Gregg Thompson. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, well, one of the things about this season so far, you just came back from spring break last week. You were in Florida. How was the trip?
Record-wise, the trip wasn't very good. We didn't play extremely well. We had a stretch in the beginning part of the week where we had an extended period without scoring runs, and a stretch at the end of the week where we didn't score runs. Scored some runs against some average teams in the middle of the week, but we saw some things we need to see. Our goal is to get ready for high conference play.
But in the tournament, you said, who would you say stood out the most to you?
We had a couple guys that played pretty well for us. Eddie Harper, who moved into the leadoff spot, gave us a little bit of a spark, and Michael Pagano, our catcher, offensively. On the mound, Evan Hines and Brandon Bush gave us the most effective innings that we had during the week.
After a tournament like this, what do you hope that your team takes from it moving forward?
Well, the biggest thing we need to do is understand we have to play with a little emotion and a little passion. We didn't play with much energy down there. We've got the seniors that are coming back, have gone through it, and I was hoping that maybe those guys would be a little bit more emotional and passionate about playing down there. We kind of sort of went through the emotions, and now it's time to get back after it and figure out that we can't just show up every day and win. We've got to work for it.
Is it so? Besides passion out there on the field, what else do you think the team needs to improve on if they want to be ready for the season to come?
Oh, we've got to get better at all aspects of the game. We didn't. As I said, we went through some stretches offensively where we didn't score runs. We went through some stretches where we didn't pitch it very well, and we went through some stretches where we didn't field it very well. So we've got to get better at all aspects of the game. I mean, in terms of competing in the Ohio Athletic Conference, which is really good baseball.
Yeah. Speaking of the OAC, or Ohio Athletic Conference, one thing I was told heading into this season is a lot of teams best players didn't graduate all throughout the conference. So you could say the league is a lot deeper than it was last year. What should we expect from OAC matchups in general throughout the season?
Well, it's just really good baseball. Any team can beat any team on any given day. And one of the things you can expect is that you're going to get top-notch pitching. You're going to get some men out there playing. And the biggest thing for us is learning how to compete on a daily basis in this league.
Okay. And with the team, what are the teams to keep an eye out on for this year?
Well, you always talk about Marietta. They've won those national championships. They're going to be good. I think Baldwin Wallace is going to be good. Down that last weekend in Florida, Mount Union beat Baldwin Wallace twice down there, which was kind of surprising. But John Carroll graduated some guys. They've been good. Otterbein was ranked here 24th in the country here early on. So there's just really good teams, top and bottom.
You talked a lot. You throughout this entire interview so far, you've put a lot of praise into the OAC and the competition that it brings. But the big question, being a Muskie fan, is how do the Fighting Muskies stand up to compare to the?
Well, if you put off and take off our effort that we put down in Florida, it's not going to be very good. We've got to figure out a way to get better in a hurry. One of the things that we have to have is we have to have our seniors lead us, give us a good year in order for us to compete. And coming off the year that we had last year in the high conference, I thought we'd take a step forward, and we got back into the practice setting yesterday and tried to get ourselves better. So it's going to be a tough go if we keep playing like we played down in Florida.
So interesting answers, I gotta say. But Well, let's talk about you in general. You've been coaching this team for 22 years, and throughout that time, how much would you say your perspective on things have changed for you for both professionally and personally?
Professionally, the kids have changed in the 22 years, and you have to adapt to the way the kids are. It's a why generation. They want to know why they have to do something, why they're doing something. We found a way to adapt our philosophies somewhat to that. One of the biggest things you see with kids through the course of the 22 years is some of the toughness aspect of it has diminished a little bit. But we're still trying to create an environment where we put our guys in the best situation to succeed when they graduate, and understand, that not all bosses are fair, and not all jobs are easy, and it takes some work to get that taken care of. It's been a wonderful opportunity to work here at Muskingum. Gone through some good changes here, and looking forward to seeing some things go our way and start going the athletic department's way as we move forward.
How much does the team now stack up to the teams you have? Or are they still? Is it still a work in progress, or is it to get them to that what you were talking about, like improved aspects?
This group will be okay. We'll figure it out. We put a lot of time and effort into it. The seniors have put a lot of work into it, so we'll be okay. It's just not how we stack up against each team is different.
I got one more question for you. What has stood out to you the most since being the head coach on the team?
Just the quality individuals we're able to get into our program and graduate from our program, and be able to see the alums and talk to the alums and see the difference that our program makes on them as they go through the course of life.
Okay, thank you for joining me. And thank you for watching. You can check out our YouTube channel, Orbit Media TV, and subscribe. Or you can check out our local TV channel, 96-204, or check us out on Facebook, Twitter, or even Instagram. New shows come out every other week. Thank you for joining us.